Hello, everyone. Today we're going to learn how to create a loop in Dotloop and how to access those new listing documents. So as you can see, I am already logged into my Dotloop. If you have any struggles with getting to your Dotloop account, please call the girls at the front desk and they can assist you there with support. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the right where it says Add Loop, and we're going to click on that. We're going to go ahead and add the property address. Here I'm going to say 345 Main Street testing. So here I'm just going to go ahead and continue and create my loop. For loop templates, here's where all the bread and butter is. You click on that and go to these listing documents. And so this is going to be what auto-populates all of those listing documents into your loop for you to complete. As you can see on the dropdown, we do have the buyer's documents. We have sent those off to Dotloop to get those added to our company, templates as well. So that should be done hopefully within the next week or so. All right, continue. Okay, here it's asking you to upload a photo, but for most of us at this stage, we are just having them sign the listing documents and there are no photos. We still need to schedule that photographer to come out. So we're just going to go ahead and click done and move on with creating our loop. Here's your loop. It is created. Let me go here to the status. And in my instance, we're going to say pre-listing because I'm going to be filling out listing paperwork to have them sign. And as we get to this first page here is all of our documents that we were looking for. We even have the brochures down here for you to send to your clients as well to accompany radon, lead-based paint, and your property disclosure. So let's just start with this top one. This listing agreement at the top, as you'll see, it does not say no Sandy. What that means is that this one has Sandy Borland, our managing broker's signature already on it and initialed. So that will save you some steps as far as review. And the reason why we can do that is because the compliance team will still be reviewing your documents and letting you know if there were any initials or anything that was missed on this listing agreement once you turn it into your RSA. This next one here says no Sandy, and what that means is that listing agreement is not pre-signed by her. And this is where if you maybe have a different managing broker, like some of our new agents are under a mentoring program with our managing broker, Mario, well, they would have to use this one so that Sandy has not pre-signed it. We have the amendment to the marketing agreement. This is for if you need to change the expiration date, if you're doing a price decrease, if there's a compensation change from what you have on the original listing agreement, this is the form to use. The PLN form, you all know about that. Use that one at your own discretion. What I am told as far as Zillow is that if you do put your listing in the PLN, if you cancel it and then clone it so that you create a whole new MLS number, you will avoid Zillow not sharing it on their website when you move it to the standard MLS. Here are the property disclosures. Please do not complete this form. I cannot emphasize that enough. Your seller truly needs to fill out this form or that is fraudulent. You got your lead-based paint, radon. This is your compensation statement. You're going to want to fill this out. Of course, you've got to wait to fill this out until you have the buyer, until you have an offer on this listing and you know exactly what's happening there and what else going to go on with that. But in this regard, obviously your compensation shouldn't be changing. So you could get it started if you wanted to. Got the notice of no agency. This is something to bring to print out and bring to your open houses. From what I understand, you just need to hand these out. You do not need to get signatures on these. Here's your MLS exemption form. This is to be used if you do not want to place your listing in the PLN and you just know it's going to be like 4 days for you to get those photos taken and then you're going to get it on the standard MLS. You would have your client sign this form just to buy you those 4 days. Here is a list of your smart title attorneys. I recommend you print this out and bring it with you to your listing appointments. It will allow your clients to pick an attorney, maybe one that they use is already on that list, and that would be very helpful for you. And then this is, excuse me, a link for the earnest deposit. And it's not that you're going to need it right now, but it just seemed like it would be an easy way for you to know where it is when the time is right and you need to share that with the buyer's agent for making the earnest deposit. And just to confirm again, Castle Connect is actually Chicago Title. And Smart Title, which is our title company, is in partnership with Chicago Title. So picture it almost as an umbrella. Chicago Title is the main company, and we are the little sister of Chicago Title. All right, and then again, you've got your brochures that you can print out or you can send over. As you know, I sometimes have in the past, and I haven't been consistent with this, but I've put initials on here, to make sure that they read these. So for instance, you can do add initials here and, require your clients to put initials just so that you know that they, read this form. So that's always an option for you. I'm going to say no. Okay, so now let's go ahead and just start with this first form. So the listing agreement. So we're going to pick the one that was already signed by Sandy. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my sellers. Okay, so anyone here, we'll just use for the name, and I'll just put anyone at no.com as their email. Here is where you actually are going to add the role as seller, but we're going to do the street number, and again, that was 345 Main Street, and anywhere USA. Here, I'll just put Illinois. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because I want you to see how it auto-populates. Okay, so we're going to click Add Person. Then we're going to do the second person, which, let's see, Add. And here we'll do Shady One. And I'll hit Surshade at no.com. All right, again, we've got the seller. I'm not going to put in the address because it was already in the other person. So now I've got anyone as seller number 1, I've got Shady One as seller number 2, and listing agent. It will actually auto-populate for you because this will be your loop. But because this is the company-wide loop right now, I have to put my own information in here just to show you how this works. Okay, and listing agent, perfect. Add person. All right, so now that the 3 of us are in here, which is the most important part, actually, I'm going to go here and I'm going to do 345 Main Street. Anywhere, Illinois, 6000. Okay, autofill. So now it has put the client's names in here, and it's auto-populated the address. I can put in the county manually. We'll just say King County. And here is where you would put, one family trust, if it's in a trust. I'm going to continue to scroll down. Now you know how to fill out the rest of this, parking, your compensation, things like that. But the other thing I wanted to share with you is that their initials have already been auto-populated for you. So you don't need to assign them on the bottom of each page. Where you may need to assign them is when you get to things like this. Like it has me already as their designated agent. I am not related. So I'm going to make sure to click on I'm not related. If they do not want their listing in the standard MLS and they want it in the PLN, this is where you're going to start assigning initials. And how you do that is you just click Assign, Shady One, anyone, and get them going there. So yes, you could show it. Yes, you could share it. And this is where you would click if you use an MRED exemption form, the MLS exemption form for agents or clients who do not want their listing to go in the PLN. As I scroll down, I just want to show you really quick. Line 82, paragraph 13, has fair housing already auto-populated because that is such an important section for your clients to sign off on. We had to make sure that was auto-populated. We also have it auto-populated that they need to initial here at the dual agency. So your clients will need to click either yes, they are okay with dual agency, or no. So that is your opportunity to have that discussion with them and cover that. I'm just going to scroll all the way down here to the end of the contract. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. Here you have a lot of their information auto-filled. You could certainly put in their phone number, but they're already assigned to sign here, and this is where you would complete your information. You will also need to sign, and then you can put in the address. The other reason why we didn't have the address auto-filled is some of you, work out of Libertyville or Antioch or McHenry. So this gives you the opportunity to put that location in there. All right, so the next step is that we just are going to save it. I'm not going to save and share it yet because I'm going to go back here to my list of documents, and now I'm going to go down to my property disclosure. And I will input their information as well. Shady One here. I've already got, oh, sorry, I put Shady One up here at the buyer. Put this back to no one. And we're going to go down and just click autofill. There's nothing to do. It's going to autofill it for us, the address. The other thing that's really wonderful about this is it keeps you from doing any typos. If you were to type it in by hand each time, you might spell out the word street one time, but just use the initials ST the next time. So this keeps everything copacetic and exactly the same for your contract paperwork. So this is where you're truly just going to go back and send it over to your clients. You do not want to mess with this form. They are the ones who need to fill it out. So here I'm going to have you click save and go back. Now we're in the lead-based paint. Okay. They're already auto-populated in here. We'll hit autofill. Again, they're already set to fill. Here is where they need to decide, do they know about lead-based paint, or is there no knowledge of lead-based paint? They can click those and send it over. And don't forget that you, as the agent, are going to need to initial these yourself for compliance. So right here, you would go ahead and initial on one of these. I'm going to, assign to listing agent. This one should be assigned to the buyer's agent. Correct. So I actually would have to sign here as well as here. So I'm just going to hit save. And we're going to go back one more time. I'm just going to go over the radon form, and then we'll move on. So here is the radon form. Again, autofill. Boom, everything's already done for me. This is already set for me to initial, and I could even sign here right now if I wanted to. But I'm going to hit save, go back. And this is the whole reason why I had you just click save. So now you would click on the listing agreement, the disclosure, the lead-based paint, the radon. You go down here, you click on your brochures. You can even click on the attorneys if you wanted to. And that's now what we're going to share. So this way, when your clients are getting documents, they're not getting them one at a time. They're going to get a whole beautiful folder of documents for them to sign. You could see there's 27 fields assigned. And here is where I'm just going to say, please sign these documents for your listing. Call me with any questions. Sonia. This is kind of like an opening sentence that they get when they get the email. I also like this box right here that says attach the PDF to the email. This is so when you send it over, they still can open up those forms in the bottom and read them prior to signing them, because sometimes it's hard to review documents in an e-signature platform. So that helps them to also be able to see the forms. And then I'm going to click share. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want this to go to this no.com email. But that's how you would do it. If you have any questions more about this, please feel free to reach out to me or the girls at the front desk. Thanks so much.